Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKwadash, or Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect men of Yasharallah, spread it across the four corners of the planet Earth, diligently pushing this word in all truth, this doctrine, this gospel, okay, in all truth and in sincerity, risking life and livelihood in so doing. All right. Shalom to the women and children who watch and who learn. You know, we don't get paid for doing these videos, okay? As many years as the elder apostles have been doing it, okay? They have not been doing it for a paycheck, all right? So all of this is done through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, all right? Likewise us, I could tell you, I've never seen a man receive payment as far as, you know, uh, how they do in a church, or someone hand them an envelope for doing this work, all right? And I certainly myself don't receive payment as far as in human terms, all right? I would say my payment comes in spiritual benefits, all right, which are much greater. I would have to testify, all right, and say which are much greater than those of the human benefits, all right. Salakia. So, we deal with prophecy, and this is going to be a early morning dive into prophecy, all right. And I was thinking about the next phase of this war that's going on in they say it's not a war but a operation, but what will make it a war is going to be other countries' involvement, as well as the deployment of these troops, all right. And as of yesterday, you had Russia and Pakistan coming out and fully backing Iran, all right, fully supporting Iran. And so with that being done, that's what it's putting pressure on the U.S. economy, all right, which this is what the elites want. Okay, they want to get rid of the middle class, and this is certainly draining the middle class, all right. The middle class is responsible for footing the bill for both the lower class and the higher class, all right. And these elites only want two classes, which would be a higher class and a lower class. And so it's wartime, okay? And we see all of the weapons that they ultimately come up with, and I said, the U.S. is a heavy MK Ultra. All right. What is the name of this guy? Mongolian. Was it Mongolian candidate? All right. Um, that's what the U.S. is in. Okay. Uh, Sabotage. Okay. Coups. Like when you watch a lot of these movies, like the Lord of War. Okay. The Lord of War. Okay, you have just one individual. He's bagging all sides with weapons. All right, you have your economic hitmen. All right, but but this is what well man, I'm listening to this Salaki. I'm listening to the news in the background, and see, this is going to be a reason why they're going to draft. Okay, where they're about to come up with a draft. Okay. Says a military draft conscription is triggered in the U.S. when a national emergency or wartime scenario creates a personnel shortage that the all-volunteer military cannot meet, requiring Congress and the President to activate the Selective Service System. This process involves a likely automated random lottery based on birth dates for men aged 18 to 25, prioritizing those turning 20. Okay. Core circumstances leading to a draft, national emergency, or war. Okay. And so now we have those circumstances present. Okay. Um, those circumstances are present. Okay. And these ages, let me see. Says the target group generally includes men 18 to 25. All right. So there's going to be men and women. All right. Selected for this, for a draft. Okay. Um, maintaining the Strait of Hormuz and a lot of these other infrastructure things inside of Iran is going to take boots going on the ground, okay, in which the Iranians already, told them, warned that, uh, you know, that their troops would be put on fire, okay. Now we always hear, people going to say, yeah, we always hear those dictators and, leaders say what they're going to do, and they aren't able to do it against the U.S. Okay, but you know, with a large number of troops present in that region, something is going to take place to where it is a national emergency, whether it's uh, created, okay, by the Illuminati and company, or whether the other side gets a lucky shot, okay, because that hey, You know, in boxing, it only takes one, one slip up. Okay, one slip up, and you're out cold. And that's ultimately what's going to happen to Babylon the Great, America. All right. So there was something else that I wanted to ask that was just on the tip of my tongue. But the atmosphere is right, is ripe for a military draft. So let me get some scriptures. All right. You got Jake out here acting crazy, out of their damn minds, men and women. Okay. And so the Lord is going to do away with, uh, this is going to be another way that the Lord does away with you 2/3. Okay. You people who haven't repented, this is going to be another way of getting a lot of you out of the way. And this is the plan of the Illuminati. All right. So this is Isaiah 47. All right. Isaiah 47. And Isaiah 47:6. Okay. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. All right. So, a lot of you thinking that you're doing something. All right. You're thinking you're doing something. You're thinking you're being smart. You're thinking, nothing's going to happen to you. Okay. And you don't understand, man. Okay. A lot of you talking shit about the Most High. You definitely talking shit about the prophets, not knowing that the Lord have given you into the hand of this devil. A lot of you, man, what was the Lord at during slavery? You asking these retarded, dumbass questions that have already been answered. It says, thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, hast thou verily heavily laid thy yoke. All right. And that's what Esau has done. He's dumbed you people down, all right, to the point to where you just simply, you're like a box of rocks. You just as, you know, you know, that's most of you Jakes, okay, from 18 to 25, you are as dumb as a box of rocks. You're as valuable as a box of rocks, and you know it. That's why the majority of you are crashing out. You have, hey, you're not seeking the Lord, okay? But this draft, it goes much farther than 25. So it goes up to let me see. What is the ages? No, what is the ages? Oh, I can't do it. What is the ages of the draft? No, I can't. It won't let me do it. Say ask anything, but I can't. I'm not going to ask. But I believe it's from 18 to 45 or something like that. Okay. Verse 7 says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. All right. So, America thinking it's going to be, that bitch, a baddie, okay? Most of these baddies have been touched, including by a parent, okay, a sibling. They ain't shit to be had, right? It says, but these two, I'm jumping down to 49. No, okay, 48. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, okay? And most of you, Jake, you're given to pleasures, all right? It's all about pleasure to you, nothing complicated. It's all pleasure. If it's complicated, you don't want it around you, all right? It says, and especially Esau, right? Esau is living good. All of these damn Edomites, for the most part, okay? That dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Verse 9 says, but these two things shall come to thee. But these two things shall come upon thee in their perfection. Okay? In their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All right? So you're going to experience the loss of children and the loss of your man. And not only are you going to experience it, you're going to experience it in their perfection. In their perfection. Okay? It's not, wow. I mean, this is going to really, it's going to, the blood is going to spill. Okay? And this war, okay, the bloodthirst of these elites are going to lead to this, man. It's going to get, crazy. For the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, for the bullshit you be on. Okay? And is really, reminiscent, of like dealing with a woman. And you deal with a woman and she's constantly in your face, and then she wants this and wants that. Okay? And then you just get fed up, and you got to put those balls on her sometimes, okay? But I wouldn't, advise you brothers to do that, okay? But there was a time when, Jake put those paws on him, man, okay? Get fed up. And so this is what is going to be experienced here in America, okay? This draft is coming, all right? It's coming. Because this will be the only way, to loosen Iran's grip on this on the stranglehold of this economy. All right. So now, Trump, he said it's a ceasefire, okay, but they're gearing up to go back in, man, okay, and we're gonna see what's going to happen, all right, and a lot of you a lot of you, the Northern Kingdom is in the military. A lot of you supported this man to get in there. Okay. A lot of you supported him to get in there, man. All right. And so, man. This is 1 Samuel 8 and 10, all right? So this is what happens when you Jake elect a king, all right? And you can read this story. This is a good story. I really don't have time, all right? Got to get back. Okay. Actually, we're running almost late. All right. So this is 1 Samuel 8 and 11, and it says, and he said, okay, Samuel, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. Okay. So Donald Trump, okay, JD Vance, whoever's up next, okay, these are pretty much your kings. Okay, you do whatever you do for those kings that are on those dollar bills, okay? As this one demon calls it, green fentanyl, okay? A lot of you do whatever it takes to get some green fentanyl, all right? You disobey the Lord, you do whatever to his servants. So this is what's about to come upon you people, man. All right? It says, and he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariots. All right. And he will appoint him captains over thousands and captains over fifties, and he will set them to ear his ground and to reap his harvest and to make his instruments of war. And to make his instruments of war and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries and to be cooks and to be bakers. And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. So you could keep reading that, all right, and see what's about to about to be in line, all right, for America, all right, Babylon the Great. A lot of you Babylon Barbies and Babylon Kens, okay, you are about to be, in it, man. Okay, you're about to be in it, man. Nose deep in it. Okay. So, I'll probably get back to this later. All right. But Lord willing, you were edified. And this is what's next, man. Okay. These drafts. Okay. Because this thing is about to go full blown. All right. So with that being said, till next time, Shalom.